And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquaba, and welcome. Welcome to another round of the Conscious Roster Report here. It's Thursday, and that is our day for tech and future talk here on LIB Radio, here on LIB TV, livinginblack.com. Tech and Future Talk is where you and I get together and we look over the horizon towards the future and how technology is such an important part of that future that we would create for ourselves. Today's date is Thursday, the 18th of December, 2025 in the Western Gregorian calendar. This corresponds to the year 6265 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we have realigned our cultural clock. Welcome to the 7th millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, here on livinginblack.com. And I want to say greetings to each and every one of you. It is a pleasure to be with you as we continue this ongoing series. We are talking about AI. And we've mapped out, and I'm taking advantage of someone putting up a class on the internet. There are so many classes on using AI. AI is creating the classes to use AI, and a lot of people are cashing in on this. I'm not mad at them at all. So we want to share with you today the next portion of our ongoing set of lessons that we are learning about artificial intelligence and how to practically apply it in our lives. Today is week 15 of our 28-part study. Welcome to Tech and Future Talk. Today's session in our Mastering AI for Business Managers course explores something truly revolutionary, building your own email composition app without writing a single line of code. AI tools have democratized software development, making it accessible to everyone. You don't need programming skills anymore, just vision and the right AI assistant. The results will genuinely impress you. Let's dive in and discover how simple creating functional applications has become. So that's what today's conversation is about. Discover how easy it is to build your first AI application. No coding required. This easy step-by-step tutorial. Learn how to create a custom GPT that helps ensure HR compliance in email communications. Now, this video I'm going to be showing you shortly shows the creation of an AI-generated email app that complies with HR instructions. Human relations instructions. So inside the business, the company has an HR policy by which people will treat each other. I'm going to show you this video. I'm not going to show the whole thing. It's about, about 15 minutes long. I'm just going to show just a few minutes of it. Here is the video that I have for today. You let me know what you think.
And as a business manager, you're going to have to use it. Today, I'm going to show you how to build your first AI app, and you'd be shocked at how easy it's going to be. I'm Mark DeGrasse, founder of AI Branding Academy, and AI applications is where you're going to be living in the very near future. Now, if you heard the word app and you get scared, don't worry about it. It's not like it was in the old days of having to hire a programmer and do a bunch of coding and things that you may have never done before. What you need to do now is just think about the solutions you need and how you want those solutions done. That's going to be the language of controlling AI, and that's why at the Academy I always say, talk to me like I'm AI. And specifically because controlling or managing AI is going to be a lot of what you do in the near future. Now, you might say why, and it's because it's way more efficient than what we've been doing. To execute processes in business, we've had to build processes, step by step procedures. We have to train people on it, and then they have to go, and we have to hope that they continue to manage it how they're supposed to. When you have an application or any kind of software, really, a lot of the guesswork goes out the window. It doesn't take so much work. Zero. And that's essentially what you're going to have with AI if you know how to use it. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to make your first custom GPT app. Now, it sounds scary, but essentially what you're doing is essentially just repeated whenever you or an employee, you're just going to have an application that's going to acquire information from the user, and then it's going to do the thing you want it to do. So we're going to use a simple process of writing an email. So if you are a manager, you have to write lots of emails. You may be concerned that sometimes you're not following HR policy while you're writing it. So what I'm going to do is show you a custom GPT I created specifically for a speech I gave to during an HR conference for the Salvation Army. And in this presentation, I basically said, hey, instead of risking, say, a legal process because you didn't say the right thing in your email, you can just run it through this app. And what the app will do is translate it into essentially HR speak, and then it's going to be appropriate and legal, or less liability if you send it in the way that this app is going to show you. So I'm going to show you how the application works, and then I'm going to show you how to build your first custom application, which you could use for almost anything. It's going to be tons of fun. So let's go and get into it. All right. So what we're going to be doing right now is working on an HR compliance assistant. So we call it the HR email compliance assistant. Use this GPT to ensure that your next email is compliant with HR policies at the National Council of Nonprofits. I just made up that title, but you get the idea. So it's a nonprofit manager sending an email. Now let's look at the email that the manager was going to send before we get started on this. Subject, late again, seriously. Hey, employee's name. What's the deal? Did your alarm clock decide to take a vacation, or are you just testing how much I can tolerate? You waltzing in late is becoming your signature move, and honestly, it's getting old. Maybe you're just too busy dreaming about your next excuse or practicing your sorry traffic was bad speech. Whatever it is, cut it out. We're not running a comedy club here, and your tardiness is about to be as funny as a root canal. Get it together, or maybe start looking for a job where they don't care if you show up on time. Oh, wait, good luck finding that. Sincerely, the manager who's running out of patience. P.S. If you're late again, don't bother showing up. Just send a postcard from wherever you're clearly prioritizing over your job. So obviously a very inappropriate email, but you don't have to worry because you gave the manager the HR compliance email, and let's see what it does with it. So please check my email to ensure compliance. Please share the content of the email so I can review it for compliance. So I'm just going to copy this.
Why pay over $2,000 to create an ebook when this $27 AI does it all? Designer writes, designs, and formats your entire ebook in minutes. No ghostwriters, no designers, just one click. I used to spend weeks hiring freelancers, waiting for edits, fixing ugly layouts. Now it's literally faster than brewing a coffee. It even exports to Kindle, PDF, or Flipbook automatically, so it's ready to publish.
And paste. This email violates multiple HR communication guidelines. It's not appropriate to send. Here's why. Issues identified: unprofessional tone. The language is sarcastic, confrontational, and lacks professionalism. Non-constructive feedback. The email focuses on personal attacks rather than addressing the specific behavior and its impact. Potential retaliation. The threat of termination in this manner could be interpreted as retaliatory or unfair without proper documentation of prior warnings and adherence to due process. Or lack of clarity and policy reference. The message does not clearly outline expectations, consequences, or reference company policy on attendance or disciplinary procedures. And so then it tells you why it's inappropriate, which is good because you want your manager to learn. Plus, you don't want to get sued. And so it gives you the email that should have been written. So let's go ahead and read that. Subject, punctuality concerns. Hi, employee. I wanted to follow up regarding your recent pattern of tardiness. Arriving late has started to affect team dynamics and workflow, and it's important for everyone to adhere to their scheduled work hours. I understand that unexpected delays can happen, but frequent tardiness disrupts productivity and impacts the team. If there's an underlying issue causing this, I'd encourage you to share so we can discuss potential solutions or accommodations. Moving forward, I expect you to arrive on time as scheduled. If tardiness continues, we may need to escalate this matter in accordance.
Okay, I think we can see the bulk of that letter. And you can see how just inputting in the background into Chat GPT, inputting the HR compliance rules manuals that are in the company's record, now the email is rewritten, configured to comply with those rules. So that's a fairly simple engagement. And this is a pretty easy application to create. So let's us just real quickly just kind of pull all of this together. I'm going to create it in the background. And I hope you, our listening audience, will be joining us on this journey. And I just put up this, I put it up into YouTube. Let me put it up a second time. It may have not gone through. And let me just say greetings, hello to everyone who's out there today. Would love it if you would hit the like button, announce yourself if you would, please. We'd love to hear from you today. Let's pull up Chat GPT-4. I have it open in the background. Let me just create an account. Looks like I'm gonna have to do that. No, I'm not gonna have to create an account. I do have it open. Let me just open it with Google. Bear with me as it takes a while to sign in sometimes. So account, I have this live and it's going to use my Facebook password or print. And I think I have it there. Yes. Okay, we're logged in on Chat GPT-4. No, don't do this. It's trying to log me into Microsoft. I don't even like Microsoft. So let's see if it will finish logging into Chat GPT-4. No, cancel this and let me do it one more time. Chat GPT.com. Boy, this is so frustrating. I had all of this set up today. Okay, here we are. Now we want to create a app, create an app, create an app. And this particular app, I'm not going to go into email compliance, HR email compliance. I'm going to show you an app I created already for myself. And it was this, I've created an app that will track and predict a person's longevity based upon lifestyle criteria. Now, I do recommend you log in to and get log in to ChatGPT because it will continue to go along with you. Now, there are certain lifestyle aspects I created, and I put this into a particular text file. I'm going to find that real quick, open recent, and we're going to put in life longevity calculator. This is what we're looking for. Now, this is a different one. I'm looking for open recent. I'm looking for perfect eyesight. No, that'll be coming up. Longevity calculator. Okay, here it is, longevity calculator. I put in 17 different keys for this app. make a software app that calculates longevity based upon the following criteria, 1 through 17. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. Let me just get rid of this, and I'm going to change this. I'm going to add to the screen so you can see what I am looking at. Share screen over here. Longevity calculator window, that's what we're looking for. Window is here, so you can now see what I am looking for. Now, I'm asking the app to longevity calculator, make a software app that calculates longevity based upon the following criteria: a person's regular exercise routine, or S, and degree of intensity. Number 2, nutritional lifestyle. 3, age at the beginning of the program. 4, body mass index. Number 5, metabolic disease or lack thereof, Number 6, avoidance of bad lifestyle habits. Number 7, hours of quality sleep nightly. 10, time spent sunbathing each day. Number 9, commitment to intermittent fasting, and period daily. Have to be as specific as you can on these questions. So you might go through and refine your questions list several times. That's no problem. Number 10, commitment to heavy metal detoxification. Number 11, consumption of anti-aging supplements and the total number used. Number 12, social support network. 13, attention spent on combating dysbiosis. Number 14, tuning in to the yearly circadian input. I should say circadian rhythm. Adapting to cold during winter and to hot during summer. Let me spell rhythm correctly. Where are you at? Rhythm spelling. It's not, oh, spelling, here it is. Circadian rhythm. Number 14, turning into circadian rhythm, adapting to cold during winter and hot during summer. And number 15, the level of consumption of organic fruits and vegetables daily. 16, the consumption of raw superfoods and amount of omega-3 fatty acids. So that is the entire calculator. I'm going to copy, cut, and paste all of those, and I'm going to put this in my Chat GPT calculator. So I've just got it over here right now. We want to share a different window, remove this window, and I'm going to share this one now. Share screen, and you should be able to see my Chat GPT window right here. So we are sharing that. I'm going to put this up on the stage. Now we went back into Chat GPT. I asked it earlier in the gray, create an app that will track and predict a person's longevity based upon lifestyle criteria. And so therefore, I'm going to re-input that. No, I don't even need to re-input that. Let's just put this here. Put this in, and it's going to input it now, and it should open up an app. Below is a concrete software design plus scoring algorithm for a longevity calculator app, explicitly built around the 17 criteria you listed. This is written so it could be directly implemented as an MVP logic plus structure while remaining transparent and adjustable. So it's got now, it should show me the app. And I did this the other day, and I did create an app, but I didn't save it. So it's giving, let me go down all the way. The next step, I can convert this into an actual app code and build a spreadsheet or web calculator. So we want to actually do this. We want to click on build an actual spreadsheet or web calculator. I'm going to click that one. Now, I could put it into app code, which means I could then take that code and do what I would want to do with it. But I'm going to ask it to build this actual calculator. And I think if we do this right, it should show up right here, a simple web calendar and spreadsheet version, inputs and scores. It's got row by row set up and examine there. So it's all the criteria, but I'm looking to see another window pop up. The web calculator. So copy and paste into a file called longevity HTML and open in a browser. So this is going to be copy, cut, and paste into a file called HTML and open in another browser. Now it should do all of this for me. Copy, cut, and paste into an okay, copy the code. I'm going to paste this into a new browser and see if it is now going to be functional just like we need it to be. So DuckDuckGo, you got the charge. And I'm doing the best I can. Bear with me. It worked just fine the other day. And Sandra Muhammad says, my book will be delivered on Saturday. Congratulations on that book. Give us the title. Type in the title of your book. And if we will be able to get it online, you let us know. And also, you know, well, I do need to find out what your book is going to be about, but perhaps you'd like to come on LIB Radio and we'll talk about your book. Now, traditionally, we haven't done any reviews of fiction books, romantic books or fiction of any sort. But since you are a regular supporter, I'm going to make an exception. If your book is fiction, hopefully it'll be compelling for our audience. And would love to have you on. We're going to have another author on. He's going to be with us on Christmas Day in Mbwebwe, and he's got several new books out. He's got several books out recently, a new book and one coming out next month as well. So my book will be delivered Saturday. Great to have you in the house. And, you know, congratulations. Is this your first book? Also, for those who wish to join you, Sandra Muhammad, I teach in a course and it's coming out. We're actually going to start this course right after Christmas. It's called 90 Days to Write and Publish Your Book. 90 days. And it's a wonderful streamline. I tell you how to do everything from writing your outline, fixing your title and your subtitle, indexes. We show you how to format the entire book, and you can save, anyone out there can save a lot of money and make sure your formatting is tight formatting. So I'm not going to talk too much about that right now. We did do 2 previews of that course that came up, and then we're about to start the course next week. So I do hope as many of you as possible do join your brother. 90 days to write and publish your book. Now, when I first taught the course, I published, I think it was 7 books. When the course, during the course of 90 days, my first book took 25 days into this 13-week course. And at 25 days, I sent it to the printer. It was ready already. And so I knew that the course was so good that I was teaching that I said, well, let me see what I can do. And during the 13 weeks of the course, I published 7 books. Later that year, I published another course of I published 6 books during that time, and then 4 more books by the end of the year. So I had 10 books come out in 2023. I did the same course and repeated the action in early 2020, or from 2024 to 2025, and actually came out with another 7 or 8 books during that time. It was a very prolific period. And so congratulations to me. I'm trying to open this HTML up, and it is not opening HTML, and it should be coming up, but it's not. So let me figure out why it is not coming up. Chat GPT, open the file, copy, cut, and paste. Okay, copy code, paste into a file called HTML, and open in a browser. Now it's supposed to be opening this and open into a browser, and it's not doing that. So I'm gonna have to do this. Let me paste this in text, open up, paste this all in text. I'm gonna save as my app, save as my app, my longevity, LONGEVITY app dot HTML, and I'm going to save that document in my documents. Now let's go through and let's open this, and let's see if this will now open in a new window. Open Sesame. Open. Sorry about that. My brain and mouth are in 2 different areas right now, and there's something in the middle. Here it is. This is an HTML document, and this should open up right now. So I think we've got it. Let's open this always, and it should be coming up right here. And it doesn't even begin to look like what my previous one looked like. It's got the age in it. I am currently 70 years old. Exercise is either sedentary, light, moderate, or intense. I exercise quite intensely. Now, unfortunately, it only put 4 of the 17 criteria into the calculator. I don't know what happened. I don't have time to figure out what happened. I sleep 7 hours a day. My omega-3 intake is high, and it's going to calculate my longevity. Now, this longevity score, 12.6 years gained, minus 5.6. So my biological age is 75.4. That doesn't even begin to resemble what I'd gotten from the one before. And I'm going to show you, because this is crazy. I don't know what happened. I made a mistake somewhere, obviously. But I'm going to show you, for those of you who are interested, the longevity calculator that I got several days ago. So I'm going to go with this one over here. I'm going to open recent, my longevity calculator. Here it is. No, that's not it. That's the one I just had open. Here's my longevity calculator that I used using just pure dialogue between me and Chat GPT through the Perplexity app. And I highly recommend the Perplexity app. If you're going to be using Chat GPT, that's the only one that I would recommend. So let's go into this. I'm going to share this window. And you haven't seen this before. I'm only going to show you part of it. Share screen is going to be over here. Share this window. And here is the window that I am sharing right now. I'm going to add this to the stage. This is entitled Longevity Calculator. I originally did this on December 13, 2025. And here's the questions that I asked. This was about a 20-minute or more, maybe a 30-minute chat that I had into Perplexity. It might have been a couple of hours. I was lost in time. Time does not matter when you're in this deep thought. What impact? There's 7 days a week. This is my routine of 20 minutes of core impact exercise and 10 minutes, which is my winter time, of HIIT run walking have on longevity. That was the first question I asked. I asked it a whole bunch of questions. How many years added? What specific biomarkers are impacted? Add to the above an 18-hour, 18-6 intermittent vegan diet. That's the 18-6 intermittent vegan fasting diet and daily fasting period, and ask about the same outcome. Next prompt, add to all of the above a BMI of 21.7, as well as the ability to engage in 600 military-style push-ups daily. Now, I have increased this now to over 700 military-style push-ups over every day. And the last couple of days, I've done 750 and I think 850. So we're above it, but we're being conservative in this estimate of my longevity. Show the same outcome and biomarkers as the outcome, I am currently 70 years of age. I don't know what the same outcome. Let me just get rid of this sentence. I'm currently 70 years of age. How much longer might I be expected to live? Add to all of the above, complex exclusion of all pharmaceuticals. I take no pharmaceutical drugs at all. No over-the-counter, under-the-counter, or in between the counter. And quarterly detox fasting 4 times a year. Let me put that in here. 4 times each year, including detox of heavy metals. I include 7 hours of quality sleep each night and absolutely no metabolic disorders at all. I have been a vegan since age 33. So I'm going to give you one more paragraph, and then I'm going to put this in my Perplexity as a prompt so you can do the same thing. My quarterly detox fast every 90 days lasts 21 to 28 days each. Begin with a 5-day water fast, 3 days of colon cleansing herbs and prune juice, 3 days of chelation therapy and olive oil flush and targeted fruit juices, including 1 quart each of pomegranate, dark cherry, cranberry, and blueberry juice. In addition, I take as many as 50 supplements, longevity supplements, as part of my longevity arsenal. Figure all of this into the above to calculate how much longer I can expect to live in addition to my 70 accumulated years. Now, there is more, but I'm just going to take some time out right now, and I'm going to break this all down. I'm going to say this one more time because I did change it. Broken down. Okay, so I'm going to copy all of this and paste all of this into Perplexity. Perplexity, where are you at? My daddy would say behind that at Perplexity. And it's Perplexity. For those of you who yet do not know, much earlier in this course, we were testing out, and we have tested out about 5 different chats or AI chats in here. And for me, Perplexity was by far the best. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that send. Perplexity is now calculating this, and I'm going to do this also in a second AI search engine so we can understand there is a bias between them all. Again, I do like Perplexity, but let's try a second one. I'm going to put up Microsoft's Copilot in here and put in the same research, okay? So here is the message here for Copilot. I'm going to put this in here, and it's going to calculate this as well. So we're going to, I'm going to do this on Copilot. I'm going to think deeper. Okay. And put it in a second time. And it's thinking deeper this time. Okay. And here's what it's coming up with. I think it's working. Bear with me. Is this calculating? Okay, I put it in, hit the button, and hopefully it is calculating it out. Now it is. So let's go back to Perplexity over here. And I think you're looking at this screen that I'm looking at. And nope, you're not. Let's remove this screen. And here's what it came up with. Share window, share screen, share window. And this is the Perplexity link right here. The question I asked was a lot added to it. And it reviewed 10 sources and came back with the following. Daily core and HIIT exercise, even at 30 minutes total, supports longevity by enhancing cardiovascular fitness, mitochondrial function, and metabolic health, potentially adding 2 to 4 years based on studies of regular activity in older adults. Biomarkers include improved volume of oxygen max, inflammation markers like C-reactive protein, insulin sensitivity, and muscle power. At age 70, this routine alone correlates with reduced all-cause mortality risk by 10 to 20% compared to sedentary peers. Added intermittent vegan diet. An 18-6 vegan intermittent fasting regimen amplifies benefits through autophagy, reduced oxidative stress, and lower insulin-like growth factor 1 levels, potentially stacking another 2 to 3 years onto exercise gains in a total of 4 to 7 years extended lifespan. Key biomarkers positively shifted: fasting glucose, HbA1c, LDL cholesterol, and telomere length preservation. Long-term veganism since age 33 further optimizes this by minimizing chronic inflammation. Incorporating body mass index, push-ups, and sleep. A BMI of 21.7, 600 daily push-ups, 7 hours of quality sleep, and no metabolic disorders creates a synergistic profile akin to elite endurance athletes, projecting 8 to 12 additional years beyond average 70-year-old expectancy, around 84 to 86 total years. Biomarkers: elevated grip strength, lower resting heart rate, optimized cortisol, and preserved muscle mass, sarcopenia reversal. This high volume strength training boosts anabolic signaling like mTOR regulation. Full regimen with detox and supplements. Excluding pharmaceuticals, quarterly 21 to 28 day detox fasts, water, chelation, and juices, and 50 longevity supplements, assuming evidence-based like NMN, resveratrol, and curcumin, could push expectancy to 92 to 100 years, 15 to 25 plus years net. drawing from multifactorial models of health lifestyles. Targeted impacts, heavy metal reduction, lowers oxidative DNA damage. Biomarkers include normalized homocysteine, enhanced glutathione, NAD plus levels, and DNA methylation age reversal. Cumulative vegan history and no disorders minimize baseline risks, aligning with blue zone centenarian profiles. Individual variability applies. Consult biomarkers for precision. And it goes even further. So what I put in there was less than half of what the original conversation I had with Perplexity.com. By the time I finished my conversation with Perplexity, it had to tell me, here's what it had to do. I kept adding things and adding things. I added 15 minutes of direct sunlight per day, no alcohol, no smoking, mostly raw superfood diet, and omega-3 fatty acids, and more than 7 servings of fruits and vegetables daily. I added the regular exercise. It's talking back to me right now. And then I added intermittent fasting vegan diet. I put that in there, including, so full profile at 870, it's talking back. And then I put in more information, more details about my detox fast, integrating the supplements, and then it updated the biomarkers and outcomes. So the next update, with 37 years of veganism, elite fitness, optimal BMI, sleep, and no meds disorders, this regimen emulates super agers, forecasting disability-free life to 105 plus. Risks like muscle loss are mitigated by refeeding and push-up regimen. I added another set of inputs. 15 minutes of direct sunlight, a strong social network, zero alcohol, non-smoking, mostly raw, superfood diet that embraces stem cell rejuvenation strategies, and a robust gut microbiome. So now it's gotten me up to an extra, it's gotten me up to 105 to 115 years total lifespan, 35 to 45 years beyond the US male average of 76 years. This surpasses superagers with biomarkers like NAD, and you weren't even seeing that. I'm reading this. Let me reread this. Cumulative life expectancy input, where are you at? It's looking at a different window. Oh, it's looking at the research that had come out before. So let's do this. You can see it is up over, it is now touching 115 plus years. By the time I input everything, it got to 122 plus years, and with 118 years of vital living, disease-free living. But I got to keep this routine up. I added more and more to it. Recently, I've added Qigong, 7 minutes plus a day. I'm actually doing more, like 20 minutes of Qigong per day, because I do it between my push-up sets. I've added a set of Japanese exercises just before going to bed. It's called Radioso or something like that. It looks like radio, but it's a group of Japanese exercises that elders do before going to bed. And a lot of different inputs. So right now, I'm going to go into Microsoft Companion over here. And I'm going to, sorry about that, my throat is, when I get to talking real intensely, it gets scratchy. I'm going to remove this window. I'm going to add another window. Add a screen over here. Window is this. Share this. I'm going to put this up onto the screen for you to see, so I'm not just talking, reading from a document that you don't have access to. So you saw the inputs that I had put up. I put up the first inputs. So short answer. Your regimen, daily core plus HIIT, that's high impact interval training, and 18-6 vegan fasting, body mass index of 21.7, exceptional strength, 7 hours of quality sleep, no metabolic disease, quarterly prolonged fast, chelation, and many supplements places you well above population averages and plausibly adds a decade or more of healthy life, highly uncertain. It ranges between 5 and 20 years, while markedly improving key biomarkers. Exact years cannot be predicted, but yes, it can be predicted. It's just a little lazy. Key evidence summaries and biomarkers. Intermittent period fasting activates autophagy and nutrient-sensing pathways, AMPK. Sirtuins are linked to lower cellular aging and improved metabolic markers. Mechanistic reviews show fasting cycles change insulin sensitivity, IGF-1, inflammatory cytokines, and gene expression tied to longevity. Muscle strength and power are strong independent predictors of lower all-cause mortality. High muscle power strength correlates with reduced death risk. Cardiorespiratory fitness, that's your VO2 max, the volume of oxygen max, which HIIT improves, is one of the single strongest modifiable predictors of longevity. Raising VO2 max substantially lowers all-cause and cardiovascular mortality risk. Chelation, heavy metal detox, can reduce toxic burden when medically indicated, but evidence for routine chelation improving lifespan is limited and requires medical supervision. But they're not talking about the type of chelation that I do, which is nutritionally based, using EDTA, using watermelon, and other things. And the long-term plant-based diets are associated with lower cardiovascular and cancer risk and favorable lipid, blood pressure, and glycemic profiles. So what biomarkers you're likely improving? VO2 max, cardiorespiratory fitness, resting heart rate, blood pressure, insulin sensitivity, fasting glucose, HbA1c levels, IGF, all improved. Inflammatory markers, C-reactive protein, interleukin 6 go down. Muscle strength, power, lean mass go up. Lipid profile, LDL, triglycerides improved with vegan diet. Heavy metal burden reduced. Cooperative scenarios. So let's just kind of breaking those all down. We went through those. How many years might be added? Best evidence-based framing lifestyles are associated with lower mortality. Combined effects are likely additive, but not perfectly so. Conservative estimate awareness place plausible added healthy years in the 5 to 20-year range versus population averages, with improved health span, function, cognition, independence more certain than a precise lifespan factor. Now, I'm going to come out of this right now. I've already probably done too much. And what I'm going to do is wrap it up. Today's conversation was about creating an email map. You can see there was an email app. You could see the longevity app that I created using this ChatGPT lesson for today. It didn't work. I had 17 inputs on mine. In actuality, my inputs for longevity total 29. I did that one in Microsoft's Excel. And I put those 29 in Microsoft's Excel. I've not yet completely translated them, or no, I did in the original document I did with Perplexity. I translated those 29 into Perplexity and got the final determination that my reasonable life expectancy, it said somewhere between a low of 122 years and a high of 127 years or 128 years. You have heard me for 3 years now say that I plan, keyword plan, to live to 126 years of age with, and this recent perplexity inquiry told me that I could reasonably expect it to be vital and healthy to age 118. Now, I doubt if I will be able to do, if I will be doing 600 push-ups daily at age 110. I might. At age 70, I am now doing, 2 days ago, I did 400 in the first set. Yesterday, I did 350. And a couple of days, 2 days after that, I did 350 again. So that was 3 or 4 days ago, I did 400. In first of 3 sets, I do 3 sets, no matter how much I want to do it, because I don't necessarily, the first set is the hardest. It's motivating. That's why I do the Qigong. The Qigong gets me, not Qigong. I do Qigong as well, but the first is, what's it called? See the commercials all day. I'll remember it when I remember it. But you know, I do my exercises every day. Not Qigong. It's the other one. I'll think of it when I think of it. But I do the exercises every day. That's the key. And that gets me ready for my push-ups, my true strength training. But that HIIT daily is also very good for the maximum volume of oxygen and for lowering my fasting blood sugar. Because when I'm doing that HIIT, it depletes all of the sugar, especially after a 16 or in the middle of a 16-hour intermittent fasting. So here's the thing. I didn't intend on showing you my program for today, but at the same time, honesty says, Kitty, just show it to them. They take care of me. You do take care of me. Those of you who are listening right now, you do take care of me. And so I'm going to do the best I can to take care of us. And I'm putting my body on the front line. Putting my body on the front line. I want to thank you for tuning in today. I want to just take a minute here and remind you why we're doing what we're doing. Why this is so important for us to keep it going. And I did talk about Tai Chi. I was talking about Qigong and then Tai Chi. And then I just remembered I have this file up on my desktop of 7 minutes of Tai Chi. I have 4 different videos that I'll use to get me into these 7 minutes of Tai Chi that I do on a daily basis. So if you're interested in doing that as well, you let me know and I'll share it with you. But we're talking about health and wellness. Today is Thursday, not health and wellness. So we're talking about our December fund drive. December fund drive. We're talking about the future is being written right now. And we're here to help you read between the lines. As we close out this year of technological breakthroughs, AI revolutionizing everything, and digital transformations, we need your support to continue decoding tomorrow's world today. What I'm talking about, this is tomorrow's world. This is the future. This is my future. This is the future. And we're talking about it today. This podcast exists because we believe everyone deserves access to tech conversations that go beyond the hype. We break down transformation. We break down complex innovations in artificial intelligence, explore the ethical implications of emerging technologies, and examine how digital transformation is reshaping every aspect of our lives, from work to relationships to governance. Big tech companies spend billions annually shaping the narrative around innovation. But independent voices like ours are essential for balanced critical analysis. Your donation keeps us independent, allowing us to ask tough questions and get answers, to challenge Silicon Valley narratives and highlight innovations that serve humanity rather than just shareholder value. In the past year alone, we've explored quantum computing's potential. We've debated AI ethics, examined blockchain beyond cryptocurrency, and investigated how technology can address climate change. These aren't just tech stories, they're human stories about how innovation shapes our collective future. In December, we're asking you to invest in independent tech journalism that respects your intelligence. Whether you're a tech professional, a curious learner, or someone concerned about technology's impact on society, your support ensures that we can continue delivering the nuanced, forward-thinking analysis you've come to expect. Every contribution helps us maintain, upgrade our production equipment, to compensate me for the expertise that I bring to it, and dedicate more time to research and report. The future will not wait for the slowest amongst us. The future will not wait, and neither should our coverage of it. Help us meet our fundraising goals so we can expand our tech coverage during the course of another year, bringing you deeper dives into the innovations that will define the next decade. Your $10, $30, or $100 donation today shapes the conversations that we will be having tomorrow. Ashe, Asheo. And as a Pan-African on this planet, I believe in the power of Black-owned and controlled media telling the truth, not just hyperbole, only talking about our glories. We're kings and queens and this and that. No. We can't treat you like that. I will treat you like a king. I will treat you like a queen. But there's a whole lot of our people that have collaborated with the external forces to put us collectively in the position we're in, and the position is not pretty. So you do need truth in your life, and you need it to come from your brother and everyone else in this LIB radio family. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. It's been a good day here on LIB Radio. My creation of the app, it didn't work out so well. I'll go back and I'll figure out what did I do wrong. But what we can do is great. On your LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com network, we are doing great work. And I want to thank you all for your role in lifting us up, building us up, everybody pulling together. We are one big, beautiful family here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, and on livinginblack.com. So tell your friends to tell their friends, tell your friends to tell their friends that we have our own now. And we're very proud of what we do. And I am very proud of who we do it with every day on LIB Radio, livinginblack.com. Peace and prosperity.